Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes. So, Newcastle preview. This is what I'm gonna be doing from now on. Late games, I'm not gonna do. Sorry, review. I'm not gonna do the player ratings anymore on the same day of the game if it's a late game. Because late games. So, whenever there's a late game of Man City, expect the player ratings to happen the next day. I can't promise a consistent hour for them though. I'm gonna try like 6 p.m. my time. That should be like 6 p.m. my time. It's is an hour behind, right? Yet, so that would be 5 p.m. UK time. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Big up to Steve. Big up. How are you? It's been a while. Big up. Hey, good win. You know what? I'm feeling zesty. I'll go 2-0. 2-0 to Tottenham. We can do it, guys. We can do it. Believe in the Spurs. Believe in the top Spurs. Anyhow. Tottenham is not winning, let's be honest. But we can hope. We can pray. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to be doing these play ratings the day after, rather than the day itself. We played a good game. Hey. We played a good first half, should I say. We didn't play a good game. First half... I mean, before I get into the players, I have to get into this. The first half is really good. You just move the ball around quickly, for the most part. You don't concede much space or many chances. Fair enough, very good goal by Hall, I believe, by Lewis Hall. But we didn't concede much space. We scored 2 goals, 2 well-worded goals. We were going forwards, we were passing in the final third. Then the second half, none of that is true. So I'll get into that more during the actual play ratings, but... Hey, you know. No longer supporting Man City, I am now supporting Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Well, I'll be joining you in supporting Spurs. I'll be watching them. I'll be doing a watch-along after this stream. Which actually, this leads perfectly onto that Spurs game, this play rating. So I'll try to keep it brief, because sometimes these play ratings go like on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'll try to keep it brief this time. Donnarumma. Big up to Big Don. Hey. Somehow it will be Donnarumma's fault that we conceded that goal. It is always a reason. Listen, the fan base has dug its way into 2 different sides. You're either pro Donnarumma or anti Donnarumma. So the fan base has dug these tunnels. And now, every time we concede a goal, it's Donnarumma's fault. Every time we don't concede a goal, it's I don't know. It's the defense who does their job well. I don't know. I don't know the agendas. Listen, I'm not good with these agendas. People run the agendas. Run your agendas all you like. But for me, they're silly. They are silly at this point. Pick up Rosa. How are you? Listen, the goal we conceded, yeah? Donnarumma was never stopping that. That was such a nasty deflection. Absolute nasty deflection. I don't know if it came off Rodri or Diaz. They were right by each other. I think it came off Diaz. But anyhow, nasty deflection. Unlucky. Played some good long balls. Passing, close passing under pressure is always good. Not sure why people say it isn't. He made a few saves. I don't think there were any tough saves he made. The ball that came dipping down from Newcastle crossed the ball in the first half, and it came dipping down and he punched it over the bar. He should have claimed that. He shouldn't have punched it. He should have claimed that. He gave away a corner there. But that corner did not lead to anything, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't really matter. So I think he played a good game. He didn't have too much to do. Just played a good game. Just played solid. Passed well. I'm more so looking at the back four to bring that ball forwards better rather than Donnarumma to be building up from the back on his own. But even then, yeah, Donnarumma gives good passes. When he's under pressure, he gives good passes. He'll be under pressure, but he'll quickly move the ball one side or another side. Whereas other goalkeepers, when they get under pressure, like they will give good long passes under no pressure, but then they'll get under pressure, they'll take a second too long to pass the ball, then it's a poor pass and possession turns over. So Donnarumma, under actual pressure, he does not spill the ball very often. In fact, I don't think he's ever spilled the ball for Man City under pressure. So for me, Donnarumma's played fine again today. I'll give him a 7. I'll just give him a 7. Donnarumma had nothing to do. He had some stuff to do. He made a few saves, but it wasn't like difficult saves. They weren't big saves. It wasn't a massive game. It's not like he had nothing to do. That's not right in my opinion. But he didn't have much to do. Nunez, bit of a words game by him, I think. Nunez, generally speaking, very good crossing, very good defensively this season. He's been a bit of a ghost this game. Not that that's particularly a bad thing. Like, listen, as a defender, you can't shine as a defender unless your opposition plays well. If your opposition is playing terribly and you're just passing the ball around, at the end of the day, it's not your fault that your position is shit. So, Nunez, Anthony Gordon was very poor. Nunez never really had much to do, but even then, there were moments where Anthony Gordon got behind him. Okay, Gordon is fast. I think Nunez needs to deal with that better all the same. Invincible game by Nunez. It didn't really make an impact. I think he could have swapped Nunez with, I don't know, Husinov, and he would have had the same game here. His crossing, he made 2 crosses, if I remember correctly. Made only 2 crosses. Neither of them were particularly good, so invisible game from Nunez, if you ask me. Then centre backs. Diaz is getting murdered again. You know, Agenda FC. Agenda FC. Listen, agendas must agenda. Diaz getting murdered because apparently he was shit. I don't think the yellow card should have been a yellow card. I don't know why it was given a yellow card. His passing was fine. He claimed the ball a few times high up the pitch. He tried to move the ball forwards, actually, which... when Diaz came on, he started doing that. When Diaz came off, he started moving the ball forwards more. But Diaz was on for 46 minutes, I believe. Because I think did he start the second half? I think he did start the second half, if I'm not mistaken. I could be capping. I can't remember. I think he played like 46 or 47 minutes. Oh, what's this? Someone has been banned. Oh dear. Well, bye-bye Sigma. Oh dear, what a message. Thank you for banning him. My god, what are the people doing with their lives? Mate. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should just leave it alone, but you have to be like 10 years old to think that that is funny. Honestly, thank you for banning him, Adam. Thank you for banning him. Big up. How are you? It's not suicide football. It's not suicide football. We played okay. The second half was just bored. We just played a bored second half. But that was in the final third. It's not in midfield. Maybe a bit in midfield. But that was mostly in the final third, I think. So I don't think it's suicide football. Just a bit bored by the players. Nunez was very mid. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I saw. Alf, Liverpool 0-0. Yeah, it's still 0-0. They're in the 83rd minute. It's still 0-0. I've actually got the game on my monitor. So if you see me looking and going still for a moment, it's probably because I'm looking at the game. Yeah, still 0-0. Diaz, you're going for all three centre backs at the same time. Diaz, Gueye, Husanov, all 7 out of 10 for me. I'll disagree, but yeah, not too much to do. Listen. For the back four, like when you're evaluating defenders, you very often get this type of stuff, don't you? Where the opposition just doesn't ask many questions, and you can't rate a centre back when this opposition just doesn't attack much. Let's rate some attacks by Newcastle, but it wasn't a lot. All their attacks went down the wings as well, where the fullbacks are the main cause, or the main line of defense. I don't ever felt threatened by Newcastle. I don't think they created a single good chance. Even the goal they did score, it's a lucky deflection. Not gonna like you take those on the chin and you move on, and that's what we did. I don't think that they really created any good chances, to be honest. And that's because they didn't play their part. It's not like our centre backs were mega. They weren't poor, but they weren't mega. It's just they couldn't get through midfield, so it's difficult to rate centre backs when you talk about that. But Diaz getting slaughtered for no good reason, in my opinion. I don't think the foul he committed was a yellow card. And if that is a yellow card, then Dan Burn should have been sent off twice. So Dan Burn should have had 2 second yellow cards. If what Diaz made was a yellow card, okay, listen, I am flexible. I may disagree with something being a yellow card, but if the referee is consistent all game, I don't mind. Bernardo Silva should have been sent off if what Diaz did was a yellow card, let's be honest. Dan Burn should have been sent off twice, and Willock should have been sent off. There is no consistency, that is the problem. I don't think that was a yellow. If you look at how the rest of the game was refereed, that was not a yellow for me. But Ruben Diaz, I'll give him a 6.5. People murdering Diaz again, yeah. You've got an agenda, I know. People have got agendas. Okay. Diaz, by the way, still the best centre back in the Premier League. Didn't know if you saw my comment. And did you saw the highlights I said? I did see the highlights, bro. Chelsea. What's the last time Chelsea did not get a man sent off? Every game, Chelsea gets someone sent off, don't they? Big up the Chelsea. Big up the Chelsea. Forest, they've been better. They've been the better team. I don't know, I've only been watching the final like 10 minutes of this Liverpool game. Like, since I went live, I've turned on the Liverpool game, so I didn't really see. Barcelona 1-0 against Levante. Hello, big up to him. I'm full white today. I thought you meant Tottenham. Bruges, fair enough. Anyhow, Mark Guehi. Not to repeat myself, but our fan base did not want him. Our fan base did not want him. All over Twitter, we don't need Guehi. We've got Max Alain. We don't need Guehi, we've got Mufuni. I saw people say, I want Mufuni to start, I don't want Guehi. Guehi is a mega centre back. Like, just a mega strong... Like, he's got everything. He is the centre back. You know when you play FIFA? Like, you make your own player. And you give yourself all the best statistics. You make yourself a 99 rated player. Guehi is that if you make a centre back. All the physicality. All the passing. Short passes, very good. Forward passes, very good. Long balls, diagonals, vertical. All very good. Physical. I won't say rapid, but quick. He's got everything. He's got everything. And he's very good in the air. Defensively, I mean with that. I'm not sure going forwards, but Defensively, at least, he's very good in the air. I think he won most of his duels. I could be capping. I don't know the statistics. But I think he won most of his duels. Just mega center back. You don't get past him. And his positioning, by the way. It's not just that he can run quickly to get back into position. He positions himself very wisely. And he intercepts a lot of balls. So he'll make a lot of interceptions. He'll get the ball forward. He'll always be in position. And then he has that bail-out pace on top of that. Whereas, take for example Kyle Walker. A defender with a lot of bail-out pace but poor positioning. Once that pace goes, they start playing more poorly. But Guehi, like I love quick players who do not rely on their pace. Erling Haaland, rapid, does not rely on pace. Guehi, quick, I won't say rapid, does not rely on that pace. That's something I love. Because that is just the cherry on top rather than the main article then. And yeah, very solid game. I'll give him a 7.5, Guehi. I guess I'll talk about Husanov before I go to Aitnuri, because he did play half the game. Husanov, I don't get why people slander Ruben Diaz so much. It's not like Husanov came on and was mega. He wasn't bored. He wasn't mega. He was good. I don't get why people have to do this. Diaz played a good game. Came off for insurance policy, I suppose you could say. So that he won't get a yellow card, a second yellow card. Nothing special to it. Husanov came on, played a good game. Nothing special to it. But for some reason, people have to go on Twitter, people have to go wherever and say, oh, look at this. I was right about Diaz. Diaz is worse than Husanov. Please shut the fuck up. Like, it's so tiring. I cannot praise Husanov without someone coming in, he's better than Diaz. This gets tiring, man. Like, you talk on Twitter about players, you praise Husanov, you don't get other people agreeing with you that Husanov is good. The first thing you get is someone saying, yeah, he should start ahead of Diaz. I never said that. Diaz is the best centre-back in the Premier League. You could say Gvardiol, but he's injured, so we don't do that. Diaz is the best centre-back in the Premier League. So people are used to this mega high level of Diaz. When Diaz plays one game below that level, even though it's still a good game, they hate Diaz now. They run that agenda. Then Husanov comes off the bench, plays a good game. Ah, he should start over Diaz. Like, bro. You can't talk to these people. Like, some of these people are just ridiculous. I guess that's my fault for being on the online space too much, especially Twitter. You can't expect informed opinions on Twitter, can you? So Husanov, I'll give him the same rating as Diaz. I think I gave Diaz a 7. So I gave Diaz a 6.5. I'll give Husanov a 7. Good game. They did his job. That's all there is to it. Liverpool have scored, by the way. 1-0 Liverpool. I was hoping Forrest would get a result. McAllister with the dagger. 90-minute goal. Alexa, play Despacito. That's sad. I was hoping for the Liverpool downfall, you know. 90-minute winner. Oh well. So yeah. Husanov played a good game. Doesn't need to start over the Diaz. Stop with that nonsense. So yeah, that's the centre backs. Aitnuri. You know what? Before Aitnuri, I'll look at chat for a bit. La Liga is trash. This season, La Liga has been murdered, bro. Absolutely murdered this season. Atalanta 2-1 goal against Napoli. Yeah, Napoli is fucked. When you win a league title, the first thing you should do is sack Conte. If Conte is your manager and you win a league title, sack him on the spot. Like, sack him the day you lift the league title. Because this man, after he wins a league title, he kicks his feet up, he smokes his cigar. He's a bad boy manager, but he's got fuck all perseverance of mind once he wins the title. You need to sack this guy the moment he wins the title for you. He always drags you down afterwards. Fofana and Hannibal had been racially abused. Yeah. Unfortunate, isn't it? I don't know what happened, but unfortunate. People will be like that. UEFA doesn't bother. Has the McAllister goal been disallowed? The McAllister goal has been disallowed! There we go, 0-0. Nottingham Forest, 0. Liverpool, 0. Beautiful, beautiful that. Successful hate watch here. Yeah, but UEFA doesn't do enough about it. Big up World Champions, as they keep calling themselves. World Champions can't beat Burnley. Big up to everyone in the building. I mean Tottenham, okay. Heung-Min Son humbled Messi. Did he? What's happening in MLS? Who is winning MLS? Like... Oh, wait. Well, 1 second. I don't know how MLS works. Fair. Like, I don't get MLS. Yeah, I don't understand how MLS works. But great to have Messi humbled. There you go. Goal Fulham. Yeah, the Liverpool goal's been disallowed. Fulham is winning 3-1. Palace is winning 1-0. Last minute winner for Palace. And Liverpool at the same time. Liverpool goal disallowed, though. 2 goals to Barcelona. And ball. Is that Barcelona goal disallowed? Yeah, goal disallowed for Liverpool. Yeah, Inter are winning the league. Nobody's stopping them. Computer system took away the goal. Not in Palace, but Liverpool. Yeah, okay. Liverpool goal. Yeah, but here's the thing. Bertaccini, he keeps being played out of position. You need to play Bertaccini left wing or right wing, not midfield or in the 10. 5+ minutes stoppage time? Is that what you mean? De Jong for Barcelona, 2-0. I don't know what team that is. LAFC. LAFC, I'm not sure who that is. 3-0 win. Aye. Ait Nouri. Let's talk about Ait Nouri. Yes, I'm stalling here. Ait Nouri was good in the first half, bad in the second half. I mean, you could say that about many players. You could say that about many players. Second halves are just words. I don't fully agree that it's Ait Nouri's fault. Ait Nouri didn't play brilliant in the second half. But it was mainly in the final third where we were bored in the second half. And I don't think that's Ait Nouri's fault. When the rest of the team, when the front three is not doing their job in the final third, it's very difficult for Ait Nouri to come in there and do everything on his own. So I disagree. I think he was good in the first half, okay in the second half. I don't think he didn't really give any crosses, did he? He didn't make many crosses. He won the ball back a few times, made a few interceptions, I believe. Didn't do much, to be honest. He didn't do much. He won his duels, and that's about it. So it's going to be a 6.5 for me. For me, it's going to be a 6.5 for Ait Nouri. He just... He played okay in the first half, but... I don't know. I don't know. I feel like both of our fullbacks ghosted this game. Nuri and Nunez both a bit quiet, especially going forwards. Maybe that's because of how we played though. Because Marmoush and Semenyo are tucking inside. Aurelia's taking the width and Silva's taking the width. So maybe it's just how we play. I don't know, but I feel like the fullbacks were quiet. Rodri. Goal, Liverpool. Fuck's sake. Liverpool have scored a last-minute winner. McAllister again. Ah, fuck this man. Waste man, McAllister. They've already kicked off again, so the goal stands. Ah, fuck McAllister. Rodri. This guy. One game at a time. One game at a time. Gets a little bit closer to what he used to be. One game at a time, he comes back into the player that won the Ballon d'Or. He has to play deep. He has to play deep. He has to sit deeper because of the players we have now. In the Ballon d'Or season, he could go up the pitch a bit. In the treble season, Aston Villa season, you know what I mean? He could go up the pitch a bit more. And now he can't. Not because of his quality, but because of the players around him. So you don't have that all-roundedness from Rodri that you had maybe 2 or 3 seasons ago. But you still have that absolute unit of a 6. Absolute unit. I think against Newcastle, we were absolutely dominant in midfield. Not just the first half, by the way. Second half as well. I think in second half, we dominated that midfield. Our problems, again, came in the final third. I don't ever felt threatened by Newcastle. I don't think they had anything on us. Even if you just look at the pure... what do you call it? Phases of play, like the momentum, I guess you would call it. Newcastle never had much of anything. The goal, again, I've talked about this, the goal was just a lucky deflection. They could not get through us in the middle. Listen, Newcastle, they are the team that like to go down the wings with fullbacks. Lewis Hall, a good fullback but a bit young. Trippier, a good fullback but a bit old. Then you've got Livramento, who usually plays for them, and that's their talisman on the wings. He gets them forwards, he progresses them up the pitch, he gets the ball into the superior wingers, and he also is so solid defensively. But Newcastle didn't have that on the wings, because their fullbacks are missing. For some reason, Harvey Barnes did not play. They played a weird false 9 system. It just did not make sense to me how Newcastle played, but regardless of that, they could not progress the ball down the middle. They just couldn't, and a big part of that is Rodri. And whenever we had the ball, we never looked like losing it. We never looked like losing the ball. He passed the ball quickly. That is so important, passing the ball quickly. Because we have players, they will get the same passes, but they'll wait a second to make it. Rodri, 1 touch, 2 touch pass. 1 touch, 2 touch, he passes the ball, and he never loses it. He never loses it. If you're under pressure, you give the ball to Rodri, he'll get you out of pressure. I don't think he was dribbled past at all. On set pieces, he was coming back to... of course he's coming back, but on set pieces, he was defending well. I think Rodri, absolutely a stout game by Rodri. Man City women won. Ooh. That should mean that we have almost won the league title. If Man City women have won, I believe they're like 2 wins away from the league title. Big up to the women. VAR has not disallowed it, I believe. I think it, I think it stood. Rodri 8 out of 10. He's just comfy. Yeah, that is it. He's just comfy. What can you say? He's comfy. He'll pass the ball around. He's never gonna lose it. He'll get you over the pitch. He'll run, by the way. He's running a lot more now than what he used to. When he came back, I mean, with that. When he first came back, he was not running. You could tell he was not making sprints. Now, he'll make a sprint once in a while. So, and it's not about being fast or anything, but just dashing up the pitch, giving the pass. The one thing I have to hold against Rodri is, I mean, even this is a good thing though. So Rodri picked up the ball, ran forwards, and he had Haaland on his right, Marmoush on his left. And Rodri passed the ball to Marmoush. Normally that's a good thing, but I think he passed the ball too early. He should have gone up the pitch a bit more, and either let Haaland make a run so Marmoush becomes free, or feed Haaland. So that's the only thing, but even the fact he gets into those positions now, he wasn't doing that when he first came back. It shows that he's got more energy, that he's more match fit. So he's coming back to the level that he used to be at. Yeah, it does help that Bruno G didn't start. Bruno Guimaraes, absolute quality player. No two ways about it. So it does help that he didn't start because he's injured or suspended, I'm not sure. But still, you can only play against what's ahead of you. You can say, oh, but he only played well because Bruno Guimaraes didn't start. Which does make sense because he's been playing incredible all season. But like, you can say, yeah, he played well because no Bruno Guimaraes. But you can only play against what you've got in front of you. And maybe the fact that Newcastle's midfield was a bit less physical gave Rodri a bit more confidence to make those sprints, to go forwards. But all the same, he did it. You can only play against what's ahead of you. And to me, it shows he's getting more match fit. To me, it shows he's getting back into that form. Anfield Lad says get in and hold that. I don't know who Anfield Lad is. Oh, Los Angeles. That's what that is. Los Angeles FC. Chelsea Clear Lake Capital, they'd hate to say. Hey, American ownership, they'd like, I don't know, I don't even know what to call it, American ownership. They're tyrannical, bro. Next up, Nico O'Reilly. Is he my man of the match? I'm not sure yet. I'll tell you guys after. I'll tell you guys at the end. I think he's my man of the match, but I'm not sure yet. Brilliant game. First half especially. Brilliant first half. He got to 2 goals, but we'll talk about that in a second. He was quick to get forwards. He stood next to Rodri when we were defending. He helped Rodri there physically. He recovered the ball quite a bit. I don't think he was dribbled past at all. A bit weak in the duels, to be honest. I feel like he was a bit weak in duels. I don't think he won a single duel, but other than that, he was there next to Rodri. He was providing position. He was providing support. He recovered the ball a few times. He got forwards quickly. He crashed the box. He scored a very good header. Ball he scored. The first goal he scored. Brilliant shot. So overall, he played a good game in the first half. I think the second half he dropped off a bit. The passing went down a bit because first half he would pass 1-2. Second half it'd be a bit slower. And it took a bit longer and it takes too long sometimes. But that's not just an O'Reilly thing, that's everyone. Again, maybe that is because the players are new. A lot of players are new. Maybe that's why, but yeah, I feel like sometimes the balls came too late, and also it stopped going into the box as much. In the second half, he wasn't crashing the box a lot. He was lagging behind a bit more. So second half not as good, but he still played a brilliant game, if you ask me. He's an 8.5 for me. A very good game by O'Reilly. And that is his best game in midfield. That is his best game in midfield for us. Well, for anyone, he's only played for us. He's from our academy. I still put O'Reilly mainly as a left back, to be honest, because I do think there are better midfielders that we can get. Not because O'Reilly isn't a talented midfielder, but because he is very young, and you don't specifically want to have those young midfielders be your main midfielders, and that is a personal opinion of mine. You don't want your middle to be young and old. You want your midfield to be very balanced. You want to have 26, 28-year-olds in midfield if you're going for the title. 32-year-olds, that is fine. And of course, some players, different levels, different ages, I know that. But like, you can't compare Wayne Rooney and Harry Kane at the same age, of course, because Harry Kane at 20, nowhere near the player that Wayne Rooney was at 20. But by the time Harry Kane was 28, he was coming into his peak, and Rooney was already washed. So you can't really say that as a universal rule, but as a rule of thumb, I want a balanced midfield regarding age. 20 assists as well. Enjoy the highlights after this stream. It will be after the next, because after this I'm doing a watch-along to Arsenal. Nico, fantastic first half for sure. Who assisted those goals? Marmoush and Haaland. By the way, on the first goal, we'll get to it later. I'm getting ahead of myself. O'Reilly, man of the match. Brilliant goals, amazing defensive shifts. He was okay defensively. I'm not going to overhype him and say amazing. He was okay, he did his job. Very good passing. Yep. Brilliant passer. In the first half. Again, second half, it started being a bit too slow for me. Little less in the second half. A little less in the second half, I agree with that. Absolutely. The London Derby kicks off in 20 minutes. Now let's get through these then. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. When he plays one game a week, he is sublime. You don't play him 20 games a week. You don't play him every game of the season. But when he plays one game a week, he is still a very, very good footballer. So, would I have preferred De Bruyne to stay over Silva? Yes, but that's water under the bridge. I think anyone who's saying that Bernardo has been poor all season is lying a bit. I think it's a bit of agenda seeping into that. Bernardo over the last few games, when he's played one game a week, has been brilliant. And he needs to keep playing one game a week. I don't want this guy playing Champions League, to be honest. Because first of all, I don't think we're winning it. So I don't want him wasting his breath on it. But also, I don't want him playing 3 games a week. I want him one game a week. Premier League, one game a week. And if possible, I want Bernardo Silva to be resting some of these weaker games. Not this game, this is not a weak game, but like Burnley we play still. Everton at home. So, and these games against weaker opponents, I do want Bernardo Silva to be resting. Because you see in this game, just the quality he can provide off the ball when he plays one game a week. When you play him 2, 3 games a week, he can't do that because he's tired. He's tired, he loses focus, he can't do that. But you play him one game a week, he can handle a 90-minute game. That's a massive difference. He's still very good in possession. What Bernardo will do is he'll slow down the game. Bernardo does not control the tempo like he used to. Like Bernardo used to, you give him the ball. Quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, slow. That's what he used to do. He doesn't do that anymore. But what he still does is he can slow down a game. He can't speed it up. He can't get you in the final third. He doesn't give good passes forwards anymore. But what he can still do is slow the game down, get you out of trouble, get you out of pressure. Then you can go give the ball to a better player, like going forwards, and you can build from there. So in that regard, Bernardo still offers a lot. I'm fine with Bernardo starting. I'm fine with Bernardo not starting. I think when you look at games like this, though, you do have to say, Bernardo still plays very well. I think people are just harsh on Bernardo. For no reason. For no real reason, I think people are harsh on Bernardo. Bernardo was okay, didn't do much, lucky not to be sent off. 6.5 because of few poor challenges. But he's always been that shithouse though. He's always been the guy who riles up the opponent. And we need players like that. We need players who are not pussies. We need a Gusnov, we need a Guehi, who just joined. We need a Cherky, who has a bit of character there. But Bernardo is not letting himself be pushed around. Bernardo may be small, but he'll push you around, he'll kick you, he'll fight you, he'll duel you. So, we did a few poor challenges, yeah. But again, we're talking about consistency. Okay, lucky not to be sent off. Okay. So Dan Burn and Willock should have both been sent off. Using the same logic, right? So, because they both made poor challenges when they were on a yellow card. So, I mean, I'm fine with sending off Bernardo Cell. Go ahead, give him a second yellow, send him off. But then keep the same energy for Dan Burn and Willock. I won't say he's lucky to not be sent off. I'd say the referee is just inconsistent. Whatever happened, it's just random. That's what it is, bro. It's just random. Semenyo. Not the best game by Semenyo. Not the worst game. Semenyo played a few poor games recently. And people have been on his case. Off the ball, Semenyo is great. We know that of him. He'll press, he'll run, yada yada. We know that. Big up Semenyo for that. But on the ball, it's sometimes not as good. It's not that he's bad on the ball. Like the ball he gave to Haaland. Yeah, you know Haaland's assists? The ball he passed to Haaland, brilliant. But then you look over the course of the game, and the passes are slowed. From box to box is sometimes lagging behind when he shouldn't be. He's a fast player. Especially second half. First half, again. But this is a thing. First half good, second half not so good. And it's not just the menu, it's all of Man City for some reason. In second half, he slows down the passing, he's not in positions as much. He had chances, by the way, he had a few chances, didn't score any. I won't say they were easy chances, so I'm not too fussed about it, but he did have chances to score. Didn't score any of them. I think he played almost all game. When did Foden come on? Like 85th minute, something like that. I think the real value in Semenyo is his defensive work rate. Like, people don't respect when like an attacking player defends. Like, oh, you're a striker, you need to score, or you're a winger, you need to assist. But there is a real value in having a winger who can press the way Semenyo does, who can win duels, who can go toe-to-toe, who can be physical, who can recover the ball, who can play the ball in set pieces. So there is value to that. I don't dismiss that, but again, first half good, second half not so good. So, inconsistency. That is an inconsistency there. I think he played alright. Over the course of the game, I think he played alright. Listen, this is also a caveat to add on to it. Semenyo is new. Like, Semenyo has been at Man City for the grand total of, I believe, 5 games. No, it's more than that. Maybe 10 games. Maybe he's played 10 games at Man City. This guy is new. Like, yeah, he's gonna play board games. He's gonna... He's not gonna pass as quickly. He's not gonna know the system as well. He's gonna have moments where he's running around like a headless chicken. By the way, he's playing on the right wing, when for the Bournemouth he played on the left wing more. So that's a shift. Some games he's playing as a wide wing and some games as an inverted forward. And that's not an excuse. You need to get good at that stuff. You need to learn that type of stuff. You need to... You need to get that into your game, especially as a Man City player. In possession, not good enough for a Man City player. But he's been here for... I think he's been here for 4 or 5 games. In the Premier League. 10 games all competition. I think it's been 5 games in the Premier League. So, you can't expect that immediately, can you? I don't think that's fair to say, yeah, I want you to immediately put in these shifts for me. I don't think that's fair. So, next up, I think he played okay. I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. Yeah, I think you're being harsh on Bernardo Rosa, I can't lie. Semenyo, good first half, terrible second half. I won't say terrible, but not good enough. We are too extreme, I think, sometimes. It's not a terrible second half. It's not good enough. It's not terrible. Like, don't get too extreme. I think Semenyo played a very good first half. A weak second half. I think that's the more fair thing to say. I think we also controlled the game a lot because of Rodri in midfield, but also because of the pressing that you get from Semenyo. The value of the ball from Semenyo is very big. Balls. You know, very big. Marmoush, underrated performance. Let's talk about Marmoush then. I've not seen anyone slander Marmoush. I'm not sure about underrated. I've not seen anyone slander him. He presses hard. I mean, yeah, Rosa, you say this, but then you say Semenyo, terrible second half. Like Marmoush, he presses so hard. Semenyo, terrible second half. Like you said, yeah, he doesn't cross as well as he should, I agree, but like, you see where the problem is there. With Semenyo, who's probably pressing even harder than Marmoush. Oh, but he doesn't cross well with Marmoush, but he presses very hard. I agree, he presses very hard, but you need to give Semenyo credit as well. Semenyo was never gonna come in and score every game. I know he had a good start at Man City. This guy came in to score 5 to 10 league goals a season. Semenyo is not going to score 20 league goals for Man City. We played through Haaland. Came in to get 5 to 10 goals a season, where Haaland may not. Marmoush came in to get 5 to 10 goals a season, where Haaland may not. Foden, Cherky, they're there to get 5 to 10 goals a season, where Haaland may not. They're not here to score 20 goals. Semenyo was never going to score 20 goals. So, I think you're being inconsistent there. But I do agree, Marmoush, very good performance. I didn't see anyone underrate him. I didn't see anyone slander him. Maybe you did, but very solid game of Marmoush. The assist was brilliant. I always talk about GA first, because GA matters. GA has always mattered, and to people who say goals and assists don't matter, why did you rate players like Ronaldinho, like Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer, GA? Ronaldinho, insane GA for a midfielder. So GA has always mattered. When people pretend it hasn't, they're lying. They lie, bro. So, yeah. Marmoush, good assist. Overall, he's always in position. Like, that is a big value. He's always in position. He missed a lot of shots. I don't think he missed them. He just didn't shoot very good. It'll straight at the goalkeeper each time. So he missed a few shots, but he's in the position to get those shots. He's in the position. He created that chance, which led to the goal. Again, very brilliant there. Pressed very well. On corners, not my cup of tea, bro. He's not good on corners, but oh well. Duels, again, a duel winner. Played a good game. I'll give him a 7. Not too much to talk about, honestly. Yeah, he got the assist, but other than that, not much to talk about. He just played okay. Second half is just controlling the game. I disagree. We're 2-1 up. Well, you're not 2-1 up, but we were 2-1 up. You need more than just controlling the game with a 1-goal lead. You need to get a second goal and a third goal. You need to be 3 goals up, 3 goals up. You can't be talking about 45 minutes of controlling the game. I disagree with that. You don't control the game for 45 minutes because you look at some and you look at Marmoush, they played good first halves. In the second half, the ball still came into the final third. The ball was going into the final third. But the passing in the final third, it came too late. Played it out of possession. So take Haaland. When he had the ball from Donnarumma, went wide, ran inside. Nobody said. People need to be in position. So I don't agree with, oh, you just played the game out. You're at 1 goal up. In the second half, we're still going into the final third. We're just not good in the final third. So, in the second half, specifically. So, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. Holding on to victory. But that's not how you play, especially not at home. We pray for Tottenham. Maybe. Beveren can get promoted today. That far ahead? Hold on. Yo! Beveren is 15 points ahead, bro. Jesus Christ. I didn't know these guys learned to play football overnight. And maybe they'll be exciting next season. That will be a new one. Beveren is 15 points ahead. Wow. They're getting promoted in February. So that's wild. Confirming promotion in February. You know how wild that is, bro? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. They confirmed promotion in February if they win today. Disgusting. Breaking. Sheffield Wednesday are officially relegated. Relegated at Sheffield United. Like against Sheffield United, you know. Goal Beveren. There you go. They've been promoted. Promoted in February. And relegated in February. Both on the same day. Looks like it's a lovely day for promotion and relegation. Anyhow, I'm waffling. Haaland. Patro Eisden is winning 3-1 against themselves. Brilliant. Erling Haaland. You know what's funny? The day before this game, big up by the way to Key Thomas. If you don't know who Key Thomas is, brilliant watch-alongs on his channel. The day before, I had a little argument with Key about Erling Haaland. And he said, no, Erling Haaland is not that played on the ball. I said Erling Haaland on the ball at 25, what he has now. It's way better than Kane at the same age. And he was like, nah. Look at that cross. Ball wide, Erling Haaland first time cross. Look at Erling Haaland crossing across his Man City career. He does not have a lot of crosses, but factually speaking, Erling Haaland has one of the highest crossing accuracies in all of the Premier League. He has one of the best crosses in the Premier League. He has one of the most efficient crosses as well. If you measure how many crosses Erling Haaland makes to get an assist, Erling Haaland has one of the most efficient crosses in the league. I said this before he arrived. Anyone who watched Haaland when he was at Dortmund noticed. In Erling Haaland's debut season, when people talked about poor on the ball, cross to Foden into Derby, brilliant cross. Cross to Bernardo Silva, I believe, against Bayern München, the 2-0. Was that Bernardo Silva? I think it was. Cross to Bernardo Silva, brilliant. Like this guy, even since the treble season, has had a brilliant cross on him. You see that again today. One cross, a goal. That is picture perfect. That is a picture perfect cross. This is a player who does not get respected for his on-the-ball ability. You see today, you have two strikers. Erling Haaland has a bit of space because Newcastle is scared of Marmoush. Rightfully so, by the way. Marmoush had a few shots from distance that only narrowly went wide. So Newcastle scared of Marmoush. Haaland gets space. He's running around him. He drops deep a little bit, picks up the ball. Like Haaland did not get service at all. No service at all for Haaland. But he drops down a bit, picks up the ball, runs around the pitch, runs past two defenders, has a shot. If he scores that, bro, hey, that's a brilliant goal. A few balls he played forward is just very good. The long ball by Donnarumma. Erling Haaland is on the left. He's on the left wing. He runs inside, passes the ball to Cherki. Cherki there has to one touch pass it to Semenyo, so Semenyo can shoot first time. But Cherki took too much time. That is a brilliant overall performance. Just brilliant. And he didn't even get a goal. And it's not that he didn't get a goal because he played poorly or because he finished poorly. It's because we didn't give him service. Which is a shame. Erling Haaland, going back to defense, brilliant player. Brilliant player when he comes back to defense, bro. Look at how he comes back with set pieces. Look at how much he runs back. Look at how deep he drops to defense. Can you say that Mbappé does that? Can you say that Kane does that? Oh, but he's a striker. Why should I care about defending? Because Erling Haaland has the best defensive clearances in the Premier League, and he's a striker. It's the best defensive clearances, like headers, I mean on set pieces, in the Premier League. And he's a striker. You know how much value that provides? A guy who scores 22 goals, who comes down all the way to your own box, clears the ball, and then he's quick enough to sprint back up the pitch and be on the other side in time to get the goal. Like, that is such a value. That is such a value. Mega game by Haaland. And Haaland played this way against Spurs as well at the start of the season, if you remember. You remember that brilliant ball he gave Marmoush, which Marmoush somehow didn't score. Haaland is doing this more and more. And he'll continue to do this more and more. At some point, he'll be doing it every game. Because people talk about Harry Kane. Harry Kane, at 25, was not dropping performances like this. He wasn't. He was not. Haaland has been doing this since his Dortmund days. Man City has been a bit more constrained. But when the space is there for Haaland, he uses it. He uses it brilliantly. Very happy with Haaland today. It's a bit of a shame that we didn't give him very good service. But oh well. No Beveren, I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know him. Know who? Haaland, 8.5 Stupid game by him. I agree. Stupid game, considering he didn't score a goal. Very good game. He's gonna continue doing that more and more, by the way. By the way, when people talk about Aguero, when Aguero first arrived, he was good on the ball, but he wasn't as good as when he retired. So, like, because people like to exaggerate, don't they? And they like to blend memories together. So, this is the type of game. All-round striker, there you go. Stop waffling about all-round striker. Appreciate what Haaland provides. He creates all his chances by himself, except the header. I agree. The header was not a good chance, by the way. Like, that was not a good ball. The ball came up high, dropped very slowly. It wasn't a good header. Because when you take a header, you want to be able to get over it, to head it down. If it's got no pace on it. Or you want, if it's a fast ball, you want to be able to get under it or next to it and give it direction. But this was a slow ball, which was coming high. So, you're not doing anything with a ball like that. You're not heading it anywhere. So, he didn't have any good chances, except for the ones he set up himself. Needs to score the 1v1. I agree with that. He needs to score the 1v1. I don't know. I just got. I looked back at the replay after the game. It looks like he just couldn't get his foot under the ball. I think that's the problem. He couldn't get his foot under the ball, lift it up. But oh well. Again, that ball though. Guehi, good ball's Guehi, by the way. But the ball comes behind Haaland. He has to take the ball in his stride, put it in his path, run forwards, and chip the goalkeeper. That's not easy. But all this would have been goal of the season. For the Man City. Not all season, but like for the Man City. Tottenham has started. I'll be going over to that game in a bit. Foden and Cherky. Yeah, let's round up here. Let's talk about substitutions. Foden and Cherky, stinkers off the bench. What are they doing? 5 out of 10 each. Cherky can't make the balls behind like KDB used to. Haaland does that better than him. We need someone to give those balls. Yeah. It's not that he can't make those passes. It's that he can't make them as fast. Cherky takes a day. Not a day, he takes a second. He takes just that odd little second to make that pass. He lags behind just that odd little minute. He has the ball, and then he passes. It's not ball pass. It's not first touch pass. It's he has the ball, thinks he passes. But I don't think it's a matter of Cherky can't. I think it's a matter of he's new in the Premier League. When you play in Ligue 1, a league which is much slower, much more space, you can do that. You get the ball, now you pass. In Premier League, you don't have that time. You see what I... In Ligue 1, you can take that balls. In the Premier League, you can't. In the Premier League, it's ball, pass, ball, pass, ball, pass. You don't have that balls that you do in Ligue 1, where Cherky played. So I chalk that off as a learning curve. He'll get used to it. He'll get to that level. But right now, he's not. Right now, that through ball, not quite there. That ball in behind, not quite there. The areas around the box, again, with Semenyo. Haaland gives Cherky the ball. Should be one touch, Semenyo, goal. But Cherky gets the ball, controls it. You don't control it. One touch to Semenyo, Semenyo shoot, goal. But I'll chalk that off as chalk that off, can I speak please, as just his first season in the Premier League. It'll take time to adapt to the pace. Foden, I don't think you can give Foden a rating, come on. But Foden played 4-5 minutes. You can't give him a rating. Come on. That's silly. North London Derby. El Clasico of the washed teams, I suppose. Washed Clasico. We'll call it that. Anyhow. You know what? I'll leave it there. We need to go to this North London Derby, bro. I'll change the scoreboard. I'll see you guys on the North London Derby watch along. Redirecting there. I'm live again in like 5 seconds. So second. I'll see you guys in 5 seconds. We're heading over to do the North London Derby watch along. We are preying on the downfall of Arsenal. Blue Shark is ready. Yes, ready. Anyhow, I'll see you guys in 5 seconds on the